Our hands are the very first connection to a barbell or the floor when doing any type of strength training exercise. So it makes sense that having enough wrist strength and flexibility will improve your training in movements like push-ups, handstands, rows, and chin-ups. So this 15-minute video is made to help both strengthen and stretch your wrists and will help you achieve things like the barbell front rack position, doing proper military push-ups, and even improve your grip strength for things like chin-ups. So we're going to be going through a variety of stretches and exercises, mostly rep-based, some based on time, and I will guide you through the workout. There's no equipment needed, you just need a floor. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, so we're going to start the workout with a warm-up. We have a few movements that are just going to get the wrist ready for putting weight in them. So starting with some wrist rolling. So just make some fists, and we're going to make as big of a circle as you can with the wrists. We're going to do 10 circles in each direction. So let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we'll go the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're gonna make our way to the ground. So have the hands on the floor with the fingers pointing back toward your knees. We'll be here for 30 seconds. So make sure the entire palm stays on the floor and the elbows stay straight. And we're gonna lean gently back and forth, going in and out of the stretch. As we bear weight in the hands, try to press down with your fingertips so that you're grabbing at the floor. It's gonna help you make sure the muscles of the wrist are engaged, and so you're not putting all of the pressure right in the wrist joint, but instead on the wrist muscles. Just rock it back and forth. So that's our first 30 seconds. Let's flip the hands over. We're gonna do the same thing on the backs of the wrists. So our first priority here is making sure that you can get the elbows completely straight. If you're not able to get the elbows straight, you can bring your wrists by your side so you can reduce the angle required by the wrists. But we're gonna rock back and forth. Again, we've got 30 seconds here. Let's begin. So just gently rock back and forth, going into and out of the stretch, keeping the elbows completely straight. These are the wrist extensor muscles. Usually these are very weak, especially if you work at a desk, do a lot of typing or writing or using your phone, playing video games, anything that's gonna have a lot of flexing and using the fingers. And that's time. So we strengthen the backs of the wrist quite a bit. So let's take the hands and interlace them like so. Make sure the forearms stay together, and we're just gonna draw figure eights with the wrist. So we'll just do a little bit in each direction. So figure eights with the wrists. Make them as large as you can, keeping the forearms together. And we'll switch directions. 15 more seconds. Awesome stuff. All right, so we're gonna move into some actual exercises for the wrist. We're gonna start with circle wrist rocking. So we're gonna place the hands on the floor with the forearms very close together, about an inch apart, and then grabbing at the floor with the wrist. And from here, we're gonna draw circles with the body. So we're gonna do 5 of the biggest circles you can in each direction. So put as much weight into the wrists as you can, and we're just gonna do 5 really big circles. So that's 1 really big circles, 2, feel the wrists working and stretching, 3, 2 more, 4, and then 5, and we can go ahead and change directions, and we'll do 5 the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 2 more circles, nice and slow. Put as much weight into the hands as you can. 4, and final one here. 5. All right, so you can shake the wrists out if at any point you're feeling some pressure in the backs of the wrists. Just shake the wrists out like you've got water on them, or you can put the backs of the wrists together and just let them shake a little bit. And we're gonna move right back into loading the hands. We're gonna do a finger back stretch. So we're gonna have one hand with the fingers pointed toward the knee, and the other hand is here for support. And so for this stretch, we're going to pull the elbow back toward the body and lift the palm off the floor, going as far back as you can. Okay, so we'll do 10 reps here. So let's begin with the left hand. So fingers pointing back at your body, the other hand is holding you for support, and let's begin. So we got 1, 2, really work on getting as far back as you can. 3, almost like you're trying to touch the fingers to the back of the wrist. 3, 4, 5, 6, feeling a stretch in the fingers and the forearms. 7, this is really good. 3 more. 8, 9, 1 more. Here we go. So it's a really good stretch if you struggle with the front rack position in weightlifting. It's a really good one for achieving that. So let's move on to the right hand. So fingers point back towards the knee. We got 10 reps here, so let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and last one, 10. All right, so we're gonna do a really quick shakeout, and then we're gonna move into some loaded wrist rocking. So we're gonna set up with the hands out in front. This is the rest position of the movement. So we're gonna grab at the floor with the hands, trying to get the weight mostly in the L part of the hand, so the base of the fingers and the meaty part of the thumb. We wanna hold and press down with the fingers to take the weight. So from here, we're gonna have weight off of the wrists, and then we're gonna rock weight onto the wrist, grabbing the floor with the hands, and put as much weight into the wrist as you can by leaning your shoulders past your forearms. So from here, we're gonna get 5 really good solid ones, pausing for 3 seconds at the loaded position. So we're gonna be here. So 1, 2, 3, and back we go. And again, 1, 2, 3, and back we go. 1, 2, 3. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, and final rep. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, shake that out. We're gonna move into first knuckle push-ups. So this time we're gonna alternate hands. We're gonna do 5 on each hand, alternating. So let's get the palms on the floor. So if you wanna make these easier, you bring your hands closer to your knees. If you wanna make them harder, you move your knees further from your hands to add more weight. So what we're doing here is we're gonna keep the fingers on the floor, and then we're gonna lift the palm off the floor. Think about using the muscles of the forearm to lift you. Don't just pick your arm up by moving your weight off. You wanna actually use the wrist muscles to lift up. So we're gonna do 5 on each side, alternating. Let's start with the left. So up, and then slow 3 seconds on the way down. So 3, 2, 1. Now the right hand up, and then 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep going. Left, down, 3, 2, 1. Right, up, and down, 3, 2, 1. And left, up, down slow, 3, 2, 1. And right, up we go, and down, 3, 2, 1. And up, down slow, 3, 2, 1. And the right, down, 3, 2, 1, and 1 more each. Down slow, 3, 2, 1, and final one, down slow, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna do a similar motion, but with the back of the wrists. So we're gonna get the backs of the fingers on the floor. So these are those wrist extensors that are often weak for most people who work at some sort of desk job. So from here, backs of the fingers flat on the floor, and then we're gonna gently lower for 3 seconds to the floor, and then gently lower for 3 seconds to the floor, and then we'll lift up and lift up. Okay, so left leg, let's start with the left. So we're gonna go down slow, 3, 2, 1. Try to keep the elbow straight, and then right hand, 3, 2, 1. Now lift the left hand up, and then lift the right hand up. So let's go again, down slow, 3, 2, 1. Then the other hand, 3, 2, 1, and up with the left, up with the right. 3 more, down, 3, 2, 1, down, 3, 2, 1, and then up and up, down, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, up, up, and one last one, down slow, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, up and up. Awesome. Let's rock. Shake that out, and then we move on. We're gonna be doing some knuckle wrist rocking. So we're gonna get the fists on the floor like so. We're gonna alternate hands. So starting, I'll show you the left. We're gonna rock forward and try to get the top of the fist on the floor like so. So it's gonna be rock forward, put as much weight into it as you can, and then we're gonna get the bottom of the fist on the floor, but keeping the elbow high. So that's 1. So we'll start with the left hand. Let's begin. We're gonna rock forward and then get the bottom of the fist on the floor. That's 1. And then we're gonna move to the right hand. So rock forward and back. And again, 5 reps here. And then rock forward, put as much weight in as you can, and then rock back. You might feel behind the elbow working. That's totally fine. Forward, put as much weight in as you can, and back. That's 2 each. We got 3 more here. So left and back, and then right and back. 2 more each. And rock, and then right and rock. 1 more on each side. Here we go. And rock. And rock. All right, 2 more movements here. We've got palm down, finger raise. So have the hands, palms flat on the floor, and then further away from your body is gonna be easier. Closer to the body is harder. And if you're right in close and still able to lift, you can try and put some weight on it. These are pretty tough. So start with the palms flat on the floor, elbows completely straight. And from here, we're gonna try and lift the hands off the floor and hold for 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got 10 reps here. Go to as close to your knees as you can handle, and let's begin. So rep number 1, up we go. 1, 2, 3, and down. And up again, 1, 2, 3, and down. Up again, 1, 2, 3, good. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, and down, and up is 1, 2, 3, that's 5, halfway, should be burning, up 1, 2, 3, and down, up 1, 2, 3, and down, and up 1, 2, 3, down. We got 2 left. 1, 2, 3, and final one. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Ooh, that's tough. Really burns the back of the wrist. And our final movement is some finger strength. We're gonna do a fingertip plank. So we're gonna get the fingers flat on the floor. Try to make sure the finger stays straight and your fingers are not collapsing. So if you're not able to keep your fingers straight, just take some weight off your body by having your hands closer to your knees. Ideally, we're working on doing a full 30-second plank with weight on the fingers and maybe eventually taking fingers away. But let's start with a full 30-second fingertip plank. Only put as much weight into your hands as you can handle without the fingers collapsing. You want just the fingertips on the floor. So let's get started. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's get it. And that's time. All right. Awesome work, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. If you're not already subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button. We post new content every Thursday and Sunday, mostly body weight focused, often mobility, sometimes body weight strength training. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a good one.